welcome back to my channel. For you guys who don't know who I am, it's Simply Yoshi, and thank you for coming back to my channel. Make sure before you continue this video to give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, and welcome to the team. So as you guys know, this month is Pride Month. Yay! So I want to take this time to tell you guys my coming out story. As you guys can see with this gay ass flag behind me, that obviously I'm gay, and here we go. Let's get right to it.
Hi, Mom.
I decided to come out to my mother and come out to my entire family when I was 22. It was the hardest decision and just the hardest process for me. I didn't know what to expect. My entire family, they're all very religious, but they also are very, well, for certain things they're very open-minded. So I went in just being like, okay, I'm gonna do this and let's see what happens. So I decided to get in a relationship, start dating this female, and I came out to my mom, and I did it in a very rebellious way, which wasn't the best way to come out, since obviously it was brand new to my mother. But I wasn't really that young, but I had a lot of anger inside of me. So the person that I chose to be with, my mom told me that she wasn't the right fit for me and whatever, but I didn't listen. I just felt like she was trying to hold me back because I decided to be with a female and not with a male. And instead of me listening, like you guys should listen to your mother because your mother's always right. But I decided to continue in that relationship, and that relationship pretty much pushed me away from my family. And at that time, I didn't see it as because of who I chose to be with. I saw it as because I chose to be a lesbian. So the year that I decided to come out, my mother said certain things, and I know she said it out of anger, but like they say, words stay with you forever. Like actions obviously hurt, but words will stay with you for a lifetime. And my mom said things like I was a disappointment, and she couldn't believe it, and it hurt me. But I had to stay strong because I was like, you know what? If I don't come out now, I'm never gonna come out. And if I go back to being a facade for her and for my family, then I'm gonna end up losing myself and most likely ending my life because I'm not happy. So I had to swallow that pill, and I had to pretty much be away from my family for pretty much a whole year. I wasn't with them for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, for New Year's, and it was really hard. I had to also move out of my mom's house because it came down to the conversation that I had to choose either the life that she wanted and she envisioned for me, or my sexuality. So I moved out, and I went through all that for that whole year, and I realized that I didn't do it for the person that I was with. I did it for myself, because no matter who I chose to be with, I still had to make that choice to come out. I chose my happiness. I chose being gay. Simple. And I cried myself to sleep. I cried like 3 days straight. My mom and I did not speak for about a month or so, and I felt dead inside. That's when I contemplated, like, did I make the right decision? Is this really what I want? Do I really want to lose my entire family because I decided to be gay? But then I'm like, but I'm happy. But I'm choosing my happiness, so they should understand. It came to the point Then my family had their normal Sunday dinner and they had a family meeting. And that's where my aunt, who I love so dearly, spoke up for me. And she said, listen, Yoshi is still Yoshi. She hasn't changed. The only thing that has changed is her sexual preference. And if we want to have her back in our lives, we need to not accept it, but we need to be okay with her choice. We're not gonna applaud it, and we're not going to fully accept it, but we need to try to be okay and to be comfortable and to accept her partner and accept them back in our lives. And that's when I had a conversation. They called me and they said, listen, can you guys come over for this Thanksgiving? And of course, I was like, of course, and I was happy. And it was the most rewarding feeling. And it's been a tough road. It's not easy. Like, there's a lot of people that don't know my story, only know the outside looking in, and was like, it was so easy for you to come out. Like, your mom like accepted you so easily. No, honey, she didn't. She really didn't, honey. But I was strong, and that's the hardest thing. Like, it is hard. It is so hard to give up your family, but at the end of the day, they love me and they understood and they missed me as much as I missed them so much, and they knew that I needed them. So I was so very grateful. And one person, God, I didn't want to cry anymore. One person who was there defending me since the beginning till the end, and till this day, she's always still fighting for me, has been my older sister. I don't want to say her name because I don't know if she wants me to say her name, but she knows who she is. And my sister was always there for me. Like, when I had to move, she helped me. When I had nights that I would like cry myself to sleep, she was there on the phone with me, and she would always look for me. And she was like, listen, like, if nobody else wants to be like around you, but I'm still here for you. And she was like, at that time, she was the only family I had left when everything was going on. And I appreciate, like, it's like, there's a lot of parents that don't understand how hard it is to come out. It is so hard because you end up being alone. You end up being left alone. And it's like, this is why suicide is so high in the LGBT community, because there's so many families who don't know how to cope with that news and end up pushing them away, and they have nobody to go to, so they end up feeling like their life is not worth anything, and they end up taking their lives. And thankfully, my family, it took some time, but they love me, and now they're highly involved in my life again. My mom is my world. My mom tells me all the time, she's like, listen, the way you came out was hard for me because of who you chose to be with. And now I'm with a whole different person in a healthier, way healthier relationship, and I'm engaged. And my mom loves my fiance, and she told me that if I would have came out with who I'm with now, it would have probably been a whole different experience. But everything happens for a reason, and I accept that. And I'm just thankful that I never took my life, and that my family loves me, and even though they don't fully accept me, but they're okay with my decision, and they love me, and that's all I care about, having that support. So I hope that this story. I didn't mean to cry, guys. I try to be a little bit more upbeat, but it was hard. It was hard, and now it's been 8 years since I came out, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I came out when I decided to come out, and I encourage for those who feel like they have nobody to come out and find some support, because there's a lot of resources out there for those people in the LGBT community, and you're never alone. Especially nowadays, like, this generation is so different than before. So I like to look for resources that are beneficial for your life, and in time this too shall pass. It all takes time. It's been 8 years and my mom is still like trying to like cope with this stuff, and it's not easy, but it happens. So I hope you guys have a great Pride Month and share all your stories. And if you have any comments for me or any questions, go ahead and leave the comments below. And if you like this video, then give it a thumbs up and check out my other videos. And if you like who I am, then subscribe. I am not everybody's cup of tea, but I live with it. I accepted that I'm a weirdo and I'm awkward, and I don't give up. So, love you guys and see you in my next videos. Bye!